My fellow Ambalanders, 56 years ago, Cameroon effectively began the occupation of our homeland. Within this period, it has prosecuted this occupation with utmost brutality, without shame and without any remorse. Cameroon has trampled on our sacred places. It has murdered our patriot volunteers, kidnapped and transported into its own homeland people who refuse to submit themselves to its illegality. It has treated us with scorn and disdain, total disrespect. It has exploited our resources to build a big army that it can use to prosecute the occupation with impunity. It has murdered, it has raped, and it has killed thousands of our people. For the past 56 years, we have begged, we have appealed to Cameroon to reason. We've traveled across the globe to conscientize the international community, to understand the bestiality of the regime that exists in our homeland, to understand the reasons that compel us to demand the restoration of the state of Ambazonia. The world has remained silent to our entreaties and our appeals. Cameroon has continued unperturbed with its brutality, with its senseless violence on our streets, in our villages, in our hospitals, in our schools. Because of the total abandonment of our economic situation, the roads have become impassable. Thousands of our people have died driving through these treacherous roads. Millions of other Ambazonians die every day because of social exclusion, because of the dilapidated nature of our hospitals, lack of medications, lack of basic care. A woman dies every day in Ambazonia during childbirth because of humanly created situations imposed on us by Cameroon. In 1984, Von Gorgin Dinka declared the restoration of the state of Southern Cameroon and named it Ambazonia. On the 30th of December 1999, Justice Alobode Ebon declared over Radio Biya the restoration of the statehood of Southern Cameroon. On the 30th of September 2017, Comrade Siseko Ayok Tabe declared the restoration of the statehood of Southern Cameroon and called it Ambazonia. After 3 declarations of our independence, Cameroon still maintains its grip on our territory. It continues with its impunity unperturbed. This is the time for all of us to defend those declarations. This is the time for every Ambazonian to become a soldier of the revolution and to defend our homeland, our territorial integrity, and the dignity of the individual Ambazonian. Yesterday, the president of Cameroon declared war on us. Let me remind him that we have been at war with Cameroon for 56 years. A war during which time Cameroon was the only party that was armed. Today, Ambazonians have decided to fight back. For us to be effective, for us to make an impact on Cameroon's presence within our homeland, we need to unite forces. Therefore, I call on all the defense groups, all the stakeholders in defense, to unite to create the joint defense forces that can defend the territorial integrity of our homeland. I also call on every Ambazonian soldier, military personnel, or intelligence officer serving within the military of Cameroon that it is time you quit. We will hold each one of you responsible as we will hold each Cameroon military and civilian personnel responsible for any crime committed within and without our homeland. We will not accept any excuse of following orders. We will hold you personally responsible for the death of any Ambazonian. Fellow citizens, there comes a time in the life of a people and the life of a nation when they rise up as one person to defend their freedom, to defend their interests. This is that time. We must come together as soldiers of this revolution to defend the reason for which BBC Mancho, Tatingo, Njosi Abang, Walter Snomvi, and others are in jail. We must come together to defend the reason for which Ngek Simon and others lay their lives for a better country. I implore you to reason beyond your individual selves, to think of Ambazonia, to think of all the millions of people, children, who haven't gone to school, the Bayam Selams who have sacrificed days for ghost towns, and put your life to the service